Andor, episode 5. You gotta have a really boring one in every Star Wars show, don't you? This one was very, very slow. Like, nothing actually really progresses in this episode. Maybe some character development, like, story-wise, with, character-wise, interactions and, the character building between the characters. Maybe, I guess. But really, this episode was pointless, and it did really feel like a television filler episode, and it was boring. Okay, a lot of people had complaints about this show being boring in the first 4. I could kind of see that, but I didn't really feel it as much as maybe some other people did. I really liked episode 4 actually, but episode 5 here, yeah, I'm bored. I got really bored here. So let's just go through this quickly. There's not really much to talk about, let's be honest. This scene right here, this episode, we got the Imperial, or not Imperial, whatever, faction he was part of. I don't know if he's fired now or he lost his job as that agent, but he was the one that was going after Andor in the first 3 episodes, and he, went back home on Coruscant to his mother, and essentially that whole episode we get to watch him eat some cereal and talk to his mother. That's the story. And we actually have to cut to him a few times in the episode just to watch him talk to his mother while eating his cereal. That's his storyline in this one. So nothing happens there. We got some more Mothma in this episode. We get to see, her family. I suppose we get to, see a little bit more of her character development, I suppose. We get to see her relationship with her husband, her daughter that she has. I don't know if we've really seen them or heard of them before, probably in some books, maybe, I don't know, but I think this is the first time we're really learning and seeing all this from Mothma. So I mean, it's a character build for her too, of course, along with Andor and everyone. So I mean, that's cool, but nothing really happens either. I guess it's just more of just more showing of her interactions with the people around her and how she's trying to live this life, when in reality I think she's in the background trying to build a rebellion that she doesn't really want to tell too many people about. And I think that's just kind of the general idea I've gotten so far. I kind of got that idea from last week too. I mean, there's not really much change on my opinions on her from last week. I mean, it's kind of the same thing. We got some cool shots of Coruscant. For sure. It looked really, really good, actually. That was nice, and that was probably the only Star Wars feeling thing we really got in this episode. The rest of it was really just boring, standing around in the forest. So yeah, it was pretty much it. We got to go back to Imperial Agent Lady. I don't know her name. I don't even know if they've mentioned it a few times. I just don't remember. She's starting to kind of put the pieces together. She's finding out about the rebellion. She's saying that things are a little too random. The weird things that are going on that the Empire wouldn't notice, but she's noticing, of course, because she's our main view through the Empire, and she's trying to figure out what the rebellion's really doing, and she's trying to figure out what happened on Pharynx with Andor and all that stuff. She's trying to figure out what happened there while all the other Imperials are overlooking it, I guess. So that's the storyline we're going with, and guess what? We were dealing with that last episode too. There's really nothing else that happens. We're literally following the same thing in this episode from last episode. We're just waiting for things to happen. And then, of course, speaking of waiting for things to happen, oh my god, we spent this entire episode waiting for this whole band of misfits or whatever, this started a rebellion people with Andor, this group of people here just going into, infiltrate this Imperial facility or this Imperial dam or whatever it is, to steal the credits or whatever they're planning on doing. I think they're stealing credits. They're literally just waiting. Last episode, we were waiting for them to finally go in. It seemed like at the end of the episode, okay, we're going to go in, we're going to go and do this mission next episode, and episode 5 will be really exciting. On the contrary, we literally spent episode 5 with more character interactions, which I mean is okay, I suppose. I don't know how big of characters these will be going on to the season, though. That's my thing. But we did get more character interactions between all these, rebels here. That's kind of the only relevant thing that happened, because besides that, they literally just planned for their attack and their infiltration again. They spent the whole episode planning for it, practicing, getting ready, and then they literally spent the whole last half the episode walking to the base. And then the end of the episode is they're all ready to go. They're ready for the infiltration. They're going to go do it finally. They're finally going to go do it. And then it ends again. So we are in the same place we were at the end of episode 4, where this band of rebels is going to go and infiltrate this Imperial base. Oh my God, we are not at that Imperial base infiltration yet. We're not there yet. I don't know how we're not there yet, but we're not there yet. This is like a 30, almost 40-minute episode, and we went nowhere. They have their Imperial friend within the base, so he's going to help them out, of course. You kind of see some of his storyline through the episode, but generally there's not much that happens. It's just kind of a slow burn for Andor episode 5. Honestly, I don't have much to break down. I could go into the details, but I really don't care. I'm not mad at it. I'm not like disappointed with the. I'm disappointed. I'm definitely disappointed. It could have been a little better. It definitely could have been. They could have given us more. They definitely could have given us more, but it wasn't terrible. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen bad television episodes. I'm watching She-Hulk right now. That's bad stuff. That's really bad stuff. This was just, it was well acted, well produced. You could tell it was still like a really well produced show, but it just didn't go anywhere. I was so bored in this episode. And some people may argue that, we got a lot more character development within the episode. Sure, I guess, but boy, we didn't go anywhere in the story. We still have to tell a story, and we didn't go anywhere. We went nowhere in this episode. So that's basically my thoughts on Andor episode 5. Episode 6, maybe we'll make it to the Imperial base in episode 6. Who knows? Maybe we'll go on a little side mission before that. Who knows at this point? But yeah, we didn't do anything in this episode. So hopefully episode 6 we do something, and we can pick back up with the story that I've relatively enjoyed so far. Just this episode was nothing, really. It was kind of pointless.